Check, check, check. Let's try that again. Hopefully I'm not blowing anybody's ears out here. Welcome to the stream, everybody. My name is Wes. You're here with Tree City Live. Another episode. Sorry for the late start here. Just trying to get all the links out. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm still a little weary of this new setup. It's still a little strange. Let's see what we got going on. What's up to everybody in the chat? What's up, Craig Crypto, my first member? Man, thank you so much for joining. Craig Crypto. I'm also rocking the VMPX shirt. That's awesome. What's up, Tazenian? What's up, Dr. V-Ray? What's up, Crypto Dude? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Cookies and Crypto? Glad you guys like the music. So yeah, if you could go over to my Twitter, retweet the stream. Let's try to get some people in here. Music's loud. Thanks, Allie. Awesome. What's up, Dr. V? Dr. V-Ray, that's awesome. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for becoming a member. This is great. Very cool. All right, so let's get into it. We actually got a lot to talk about today. Tomorrow is the launch of Zen Garbage Dump. We have a bit of drama with DB Zen right now. Oh, that's so cool. The notification popped up. That's great. Very cool. Thank you so much. So all the members, I'll be streaming almost every day, but on the weekends, it's going to be members only. And we're going to have more of like an intimate one-on-one type stream. We'll be able to talk. We'll be able to see what's going on with the crypto markets. I'll be talking about my personal portfolio rather than doing these technical overviews. So that'll be fun. That'll be a Saturday and Sunday thing. But yeah, let's get into it. Let me get my notes pulled up here. Give me 1 second. Everybody's having a good Tuesday. How are the levels? Is the music too loud? We all good now? I think we could do a better song than this though. Let's see. Yeah, this is more my speed. Let me just get all my windows arranged here. All right, I think we're all set to begin. As always, like to take a look at the Bitcoin chart to get started. Pull up TradingView here. And man, what a fake out yesterday. I'm still kind of bothered by that. That was such a wild manipulation. Looking at the 4 hour here, you can see we came all the way up to $30,000, and man, that's a hell of a wick right there. You can see how that was all in the span of an hour, and then we came right back down. But the cool thing is that opened a lot of people's eyes, like, yeah, the ETF's going to be a real thing. And even though we came right back down, if we take a look at this, kind of zoom in here, take a look at the 7 minute, you can see we came way up and we came right back down, but we didn't make new lows. We're still making higher lows, which is a bullish thing. So I think a lot of people are realizing, it's about that time in the cycle. Bitcoin may have found a bottom in November 2022. Everybody seems to be talking about new lows coming, and that's usually when that parabolic run happens. So I think a lot of people are seeing that, and you're starting to see that in the price of Bitcoin slowly coming up. But we need to get above $30,000. That's kind of been the thorn in the side of Bitcoin for, we got up to 31,800, but we haven't been above that since early 2022, which is pretty wild. Take a look at Crypto Bubble, see if we got any big movers today. What's up, Leo2K? Welcome. Yeah, kind of a red day, especially in the altcoins. But look at Hex. Hex is up 14%. Toncoin, this is the Telegram coin. That's up 7% on the day. Caspa is up 6.5%. But yeah, there's just a lot of red in the market today. Unless you're a Zenian, let's head over to Dex Screener, take a look at the ecosystem. But man, Zen's been pumping the last couple days. It's been great, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, but even over here, it's kind of red right now. Oh, that's the DB Zen chart. Let's pull up the main watch list. Yeah, Zen's about down 10%, but it got as high as 4.8. So that's pretty wild. That's kind of an exciting pump to see. I saw there was a lot of chatter. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a bullish move right there. So as we talked about last night, we were kind of testing this line. Once we fell through, we couldn't get back above it. So we tested it 3 more times, try to get up here, and then finally we got over it, and now we're retesting it. And it looks like we're trying to hang on. So if we can hold this level of 6.038, that'd be a very good sign. If we fall back in this pattern, though, I mean, we're probably falling all the way back down. It's hard to do TA on Zen. The supply is so dynamic. Let's see what we got going on here. So yeah, and DB Zen's kind of taking a hard fall right now. We're gonna take a look at that. I think there's a lot of FUD right now with DB Zen, a lot of fear about the batches and these gas manipulations. I think Joseph had an awesome write-up over on the Zen.pub forum, so we're going to go through that, kind of explain what these batches are, what these access lists are. So we'll get into that, but I think a lot of people are also kind of disappointed in their DB Zen returns on the staking on the DB Zen NFTs, so a lot of people are cashing out while they can. I mean, really, this kind of looks like a triple bottom, but this looks very bearish right here. I mean, especially off the good news. I mean, we had some good news. We had the head and shoulder right there, and then it's been down ever since. So, unfortunate price action with DB Zen, but it's still one of my favorite projects. That's for sure. Ooh, look at Binance DB Zen down 30% right now. It's kind of in this rising wedge, and it's just playing out. If these typically TA doesn't play out on these coins, but there's a good chance that this is gonna come way down here. Might see a penny over on Binance. A lot of this has to do with the price of Zen. You know, as people are moving their capital into Zen, you know, you see these on these prices. Since October 9th, Zen's up 36%. Shit, I mean, since yesterday it's up 20%. That's pretty wild. So let's see what we got going on here. Shout out to the 11 watchers. Hope you guys are having a good night. Let's see. So, sorry, just getting my notes all situated here, trying to get into the groove. I'm excited to talk about all the happenings in the Zen ecosystem. This is kind of going to be a Zen stream. We got 3 different projects popping off right now. So tomorrow we have the launch of the Zen Garbage Dump, which is going to be an interesting project. It definitely has some similarities to DB Zen, but they kind of built on top of that idea and has some new features that we're going to talk about. And then obviously the DB Zen coverage, the access list, the FUD that's happening right now, and then XenBlocks, and then also Zen.game. You know, there's a whole lot of buzz around the Zen ecosystem right now. A whole lot of buy and burn happening on multiple levels too. So it's really exciting to see. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to talk about, let's go right into the DB Zen stuff since we're already there. The reason why the price is being impacted so hard is there's a lot of FUD. Even in the Zen ecosystem, the Zen minting, the whole coin tool thing, there's a lot of talk about gas right now and different ways people are, I wouldn't even say cheating gas, but trying to get ahead, trying to cut corners and figure out the best way to get these discounts so you can mint your Zen and mint your DB Zen cheaper than everyone else. And a lot of this has to do, this isn't even the right article, but I definitely encourage you guys, go check out zen.pub/forum. This is a really fun community over here. It's a lot different than Twitter. I'd say it's a lot less toxic than Twitter. There's just a lot of nerds over here positively talking about Zen, just kind of covering the different projects, covering these different things, and finding these different technical deep dives in the coin tool minting. And yeah, right here, this is what we're looking for. And this is from Joseph. The protocol fee formula, understanding protocol fees and access lists in DB Zen, a 50% discount. So a lot of people are worried right now. They're like, wait, I've been buying and burning Zen for DB Zen, and I've been doing it at full price, while others are getting his 50% discount and just dumping the price of the tokens. And he kind of goes into how this is happening and what this means. So the first thing is the fee formula, and this is kind of a normal thing. This was known. This is all talked about in the white paper. If you know how DB Zen works, then you know you get a discount for bulk burning. So if you burn one batch, you're paying full price. Every batch after that, you get a slight discount, up to 50%. When you burn 10,000 batches of Zen for DB Zen, you get a full 50% discount on your protocol fee. That's just how the protocol is built. And that's just how it is. I mean, that's been known. But the new news are these access lists and gas savings. So EIP, these are Ethereum basically technical upgrades to the network. They're proposals by developers, and the community of stakers will vote on the proposals, and some of them pass and some of them fail. And EIP 2930 is basically the gas proposal. So this is one of the ones that started burning a ton of Ethereum. We can pop this over into Google and see, or no, this is just the access list. I'm sorry. I thought this was the same thing. So Ethereum access list, saving gas on cross contract. So it's basically just a proposal. An Ethereum access list transaction enables gas saving, cross-contract calls. So it's a proposal from Ethereum developers for a way to save on gas. And when you have an ecosystem like Zen and DB Zen that are built on gas and figuring out fees based on gas price, you start to see some fluctuation, and you see, You know, when an upgrade comes out and it makes for gas cheaper, people are going to take advantage of that. And that's exactly what's happening here. So it does this through storage slots. So in April 15th, 2021, way before DB Zen was even thought of, and in the context of the Ethereum network to optimize gas usage of transactions, especially when contracts access storage. So the blockchain is storage. There's a way to optimize the gas to save a little on the gas fees when you're writing to objects in storage. By specifying storage slots and addresses up front in the access list, the transactions allow you to prepay the cold access of these storage slots at a discounted rate. So what that means, it costs a little more upfront to create these storage slots, but you can reuse them, and it's much cheaper to reuse them. So you essentially write these storage slots. They're almost like VMUs. Like when you see it in the transaction, they kind of look like wallet addresses, and it's kind of these storage slots in the blockchain, and you can reuse them for cheaper. So cold storage is typically more expensive because the Ethereum has to fetch the data for the first time. By prepaying, you're effectively voiding higher costs associated with on-the-fly fetching during the actual execution. So you're kind of carving out your hole in the blockchain, and then you can go back to it and kind of call that same memory slot. Since the Ethereum node is made aware of which storage slots will be accessed during the transaction's execution, it can prefetch these values. The prefetching means that during execution, only the warm fee is paid, which is typically lower than the cold fee. So the cold fee, you create the slots, and then you have this warm fee. Since the slots already exist, you can kind of slide in there for cheaper. This optimization reduces the computational overhead, leading to gas savings. So it's pretty technical, but it's super interesting to me. I'm not sure if you're following along there. The music's too loud relative to my voice. Well, thanks for the heads up. I appreciate that. I'm kind of messing with this new setup. We'll turn the tunes down a little bit. It's probably my headphones are way too loud. Yeah, there we go. Turn it up. Cool. How's that? That sound better? But anyways, where were we? So that's the first part of it. So with this Ethereum upgrade, you can carve out these slots in the blockchain and you can reuse them to save on gas. Since the Ethereum node is made aware of these storage slots that will be accessed during the transaction's execution, it can prefetch these values. So basically the node remembers what you're doing and it makes it faster so you can save on gas. One of the challenges with executing smart contracts is unpredicted costs during storage reads and writes. By specifying an access list, the transaction sender has better predictability over gas consumption, which can lead to fewer surprise costs. So how does this apply to DB Zen? What does this all mean? Given that the DB Zen protocol calculates the protocol fee based on the gas consumed for the burn, optimizing the gas usage can directly translate to savings on the protocol fee. That's a mouthful to say. By utilizing an access list and pre-specifying the storage keys and addresses that use the burn function, users can reduce the overall gas fees, have a more predictable gas estimate, and potentially pay a lower protocol fee because the protocol fee is based on the gas usage. So the idea is if you set up these access list storage slots, execute your DB Zen transactions, you're saving on gas, which means you'll have a smaller protocol fee when you're using DB Zen. And it ends up being quite a substantial savings. This is what the transaction looks like if you're into the what it looks like in the transaction. So you basically have the address and then you have these storage keys. And when you write the transaction, you're going to go back and use these same storage keys in the node that you're using. It's super interesting. So as you can see in the JSON structure above, it specifies two addresses and their respective storage keys to be accessed during the transaction. As these are keys relevant to the burn function in the DB Zen protocol, by including them in the access list, the user has achieved further optimization and cost reduction. He says basically he hasn't tested it, but very interesting. And this is where it gets it makes me want to, one, figure out how to do it, and I really wonder if people were doing this and were they taking full advantage of it. But EIP proposes only a 10% initial discount to access lists, but that kind of compounds with how DB Zen figures out the cost of the burn. So the additional DB Zen discount could somewhere be in the range, and combined with the max batching transaction, could easily become 60% cheaper when compared to a single batch burn without access lists. So that 60% number comes from 10,000 batches while using access lists. So you're saving the 10% using the access list. You save the 50% using the batches that are built into the contract, how it works. And you can get a 60% savings over someone that just burns one single batch. That's kind of baked in. So that's definitely interesting. It favors the whales heavily, which is always unfortunate. You don't want to... The rich always get richer, as I like to say. So if you're someone that can afford to do 10,000 batches with access lists, then you can get a 60% discount on burning DB Zen. I think it's awesome. I mean, that's really cool. Like that's technology evolving in front of our eyes. Same with Zen and coin tools. It's the same type of thing. It's not something that was predicted, but it's an evolution of the technology that makes the fees cheaper. The gas is cheaper. It's just frustrating because I've been burning so much Zen for DB Zen at full price, Then Roz, they also talk about this. This is kind of interesting too. The gas wrapper function, which is the actual formula of the DB Zen burn, it specifically calls this constant of 39,400, which kind of sticks out. It's not really in the formula that's in the white paper, but he kind of Joseph hits it on the nail on the head here. The main reason this wasn't captured in the white paper was to give a high-level overview in the white paper instead of the technical details. The cost is to complete the execution. The overhead would not be a central part of the project's value. So basically, this 39,400 is just the extra gas it costs to execute the rest of the contracts. And then Razvan pops in and confirms that the 39,400 gwei is approximately the amount of gas that's used by the code in the modifier in sending the native coin reimbursement to the user. So it's basically just the contract covering its own costs. You don't really need to include that in the white paper. I appreciate it, Carp Bro. Yeah, no problem. It's a good call. You should go sign up. Come chat with us. It's over on zen.pub. I'll put a link to this article in the chat so you can read it, but it's definitely interesting. Some people seem to be offended, but really to me it's just technology. They kind of feel slighted, like there's a certain group of people that knew this stuff and they were taking advantage. It's like, yeah, if you knew it, you would take advantage too, but that's just how the technology works. Anybody could have figured this out and applied the same strategy or tactics, you could say. I still love DB Zen. I think it's an awesome protocol. I'm still going to be staking. I think the DB Zen NFTs were kind of a flop personally. But I love the original pool, man. That just kind of burning Zen that I get and putting it in getting the DB Zen in the pool, getting the native rewards. It's nice. So I'm in the short term. That's what's happening with DB Zen. If we come over to Deck Screener, we look at our watch list. Pull up the DB Zen watch list. And that's why we're seeing these prices today. Down 30. Between that and DB Zen NFTs, there's a lot of FUD in DXN right now, DB Zen. So Binance DB Zen's down 30%. Phantom DXN's down 50%. ETH is down 12%. And it's so on and so on. So I'm kind of curious of your all thoughts on that. What are you still going to be burning for DB Zen? You still participating in the protocol? Did you exit the protocol? Did you sell the top back at $100? Are we going to go under $1? These are the things that only time will tell. I'll still participate. I'm not planning on like dumping my tokens, especially not now. That would have been smart to do back here, you know, when we were at 250, when there was all the anticipation for the DB Zen NFTs, but not now. I'm just gonna hold it and collect the protocol fees. There's gonna be more and more Zen created every day, and it's got to be burned somewhere. So that's my personal strategy. But let's go take a look. Let's look at some better news. Why don't we talk about Zen Garbage Dump? It's always fun to see some new launches and the whole new dynamics, you know, the dynamics of the project. Zen Garbage Dump, GD Zen, fair launch, dual token of GD Zen and XEC, burn to earn decentralized protocol, committed to incinerating garbage tokens for deflation. Now, one thing I will say, this is a pretty bad time for DB Zen to be fudding themselves out of the market when Zen Garbage Dump is basically creating a copy of their protocol. It's kind of it's going to be a wake-up call, and I feel like it's going to be super profitable if it's anything like DB Zen, and I think it's going to catch people off guard like DB Zen did. What's the DB Zen FUD? It's really just these access lists. There's a... I put the... It's that link... it's that link in the chat. Basically talking about these access lists. When you combine the 50% protocol fee with the 10% access list, you can kind of save 60% on your gas fee, which then in turn saves 60% on your protocol fee. And it's kind of like the CoinTools FUD. It's just a better way to mint and burn for DB Zen. You know, CoinTools is a more efficient way for creating Zen. Using an access list and mass burning max batches is a way to be more efficient for DB Zen. Some people don't like that, though. But let's see here. So we'll switch over to the girly testnet. Let me log in here. Carpro says, I think we have incredible projects. Just think of Zenify. Helped me a lot. Yeah, I use Zenify all the time. Just building up that airdrop, but I use it because it's an awesome utility. You know, it's just a nice thing to have in your back pocket when you need to jump between chains. As long as it keeps dripping, I ain't tripping. That's for sure. That's what's up. But, all right, so let's go ahead, connect our wallet to the Zen Garbage Dump. So many little things. It's the little things that get me excited. I love their logo right here. It's just this little garbage can. And then when you burn, it goes down to the garbage can in the corner, which is pretty funny too. Man, my health is falling fast. So this is the dashboard. It's a little messy, but I think it's pretty fun. Basically what you do, it's very similar to DB Zen. So instead of DXN, you have GD Zen. And this is the staking token. When you stake your GD Zen, you earn protocol fee rewards. Now your protocol fee rewards are also kind of based on your power like DB Zen, except over here they call it health. So the fact that my health is 67% means I'm not earning the full amount of yield I would be as if it was 100%. To get my health back to 100%, it has this little note right here. Recovering health score requires 137 XEC. So the way to get XEC is by burning the the garbage dump coins. So those are Phoenix and DB Doge, Zen Doge, and Zen Shiba. And there's actually a list. Let's take a look at the list. So we'll just go through some tweets real quick. So here's the official launch news. GD Zen launch countdown. Are you ready? The first batch of coins available for burning are MZen. So you can burn MZen directly for GD Zen, which is the DB Zen knockoff. So you can straight up burn your Matic Zen and you'll get DB Zen. You'll burn your Matic Zen and you'll get GD Zen, and then you'll earn ETH yield for staking your GD Zen. Now you can also burn the Phoenix token, the Zen Doge token. So I guess it's just those two side tokens. So if you have some Zen Doge, if you have some Phoenix on Polygon, you can burn those in GD Zen and you get XEC. And then you use your XEC to restore your health. So yesterday we burned some garbage coin, and now I have 5.5 XEC, and I burned some Zen, so I have 1.88 goddamn Zen, GD Zen. So I want to leave the GD Zen in the pool. I want to keep the GD Zen in the pool because I'll earn ETH rewards, which you can see up here. I only have 1.8 GD Zen, and I've earned 0.0003 ETH. So I imagine if this was 100 times that, I had 188 GD Zen, then I'd get 0.03 ETH. So that'd be pretty nice. But you have to keep your health up. So to keep your health up, you have to burn those two side tokens, the Phoenix and the Zen Doge. So now that I have... I guess I can't... I was hoping I could claim the XEC so I could burn it. I guess, do I just... Yeah, I don't have enough tokens to recover my health, so I'd have to burn the tokens. So if I come over here, I burn like... What is this, 15 million? So I'm burning my Zen straight up to earn GD Zen and ETH, just like you would with DB Zen. So I get the error. I don't have enough ETH to cover the protocol fees. Oh, these are batches too. That's my stupidity. So I burned some Zen. Yeah, 10,000 batches would cost 4.3 ETH, and that has that 50% discount. It looks like as well. But if I only do 500, it's 0.4 ETH for the protocol fee. If I want to do 5 batches, it's going to be 0.04 ETH. So I'll burn 5 batches of Zen, and then after 24 hours, I'll get my proportion of GD Zen. So I'm going to burn some of this girly ETH, put it into the pool. So yeah, that's the first big news. So if you have some Zen Doge or some Phoenix on Polygon, now I'm kind of curious if anyone's buying that up. I might go buy some right now because I want to participate. So I actually have a watch list called Zen Alts, and it's all these altcoins. And what do you know? Phoenix is down 30% right now. So maybe we'll buy some Phoenix real quick. However, Zen Doge is up quite a bit. I don't know if I don't know if you'd say up, but I'm thinking we'll stick with the Phoenix maybe. Shout out to Joe Blau. We'll burn some Phoenix. Too many damn networks on my wallet. Gotta find the right one. So many Polygon, because they all suck. Here we go. Alright, so I got 61 Matic. So what if we just got a little bit? I wonder what's... So this has $1,000 of liquidity. This has $205, 1.9. So I think I could get... I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure how it's determined, but maybe I'll buy some Zen Doge. So I'm buying this to participate in the Zen Garbage Dump tomorrow. So I don't recommend doing this either. Like if I was actually trying to make this play, I wouldn't be spending. I would just burn it if I had it. I wouldn't go out and buy it. I'm just doing this so I can see what happens for the sake of the show. You know, it'll be fun. So why don't we get 100,000 or 100 million? Yeah, and that's like 15 bucks. Can't believe I'm buying Zen Doge right now. What the hell? Have you earned XNF turned on in every swap? I do. We can check that out once we finish up with Zen Doge. That's another awesome project in the ecosystem for sure. Yeah, I haven't noticed that, Penny. That's interesting. The airdrop stopped being added. I wonder if the next, maybe the next one started. All right, so now we got 100 million Zen Doge. That'll be ready to burn for some XEC tomorrow, and that'll allow me to keep my health up for my GD Zen stakes. What's up, Danny Boy Nelson? Welcome, welcome. Shout out to the 25 viewers. I recently just became a YouTube partner, so there's memberships. The members will get private live streams on the weekend, every Saturday and Sunday, and I think there's some like emojis, and there's super chats and super stickers now, which is pretty cool. So shout out to you guys. I'm so pumped. It's something so little, but I never thought that I would have a monetized YouTube channel, but this has been fun. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm sure my wife does too. She's sick of me talking about crypto. But so yeah, we were just talking. First batch of coins available for burning are the MZen, the MX Doge, and the M Phoenix. Shout out to Zen Artist here. He's another one in the Chinese community. He's always over there in the spaces. It was really cool. I wake up pretty early for work, and sometimes the Chinese spaces are just finishing up, and you know, I'll pop in there and I have no idea what anybody's saying. And but you can use Google Translate to translate the space, and it just kind of gives you a context right on the screen. You know, the translation right on the screen. So if you don't mind sitting there reading it while someone's speaking in a language that you don't understand, you can get some good information there. And I was really blown away by the technology there. It was really cool to see. But Zen Artist was just shouting out that it's so interesting to see how Zen is transcending the world. You know, there's a big Chinese community, and that includes Zen Turbo, which a lot of us use every day. There's the XenBlocks Woody, who created the miner, the GPU miner. He created the Windows miner. There's the Zen Garbage Dump, which we're talking about right now. And then Zen Artist made the Zentoshi blocks. So shout out to the Chinese community. And that's what the Zen Garbage Dump is all about. I'm really excited. There's not too many people talking about it in our community, but I thought this was really cool too. So Hexy, she's always in the Twitter spaces. Shout out to Hexy. But she provided a cool idea for Zen Garbage Dump, and they basically said, that's a great idea, we're gonna do that. So back on October 2nd, she said, I don't mind the team receiving a portion of funds, but I think it's counterproductive to have users give trash to be burnt, then 30% put back on the market for Zen, then sell the Zen on the market when the team needs funds. I suggest burn it all and mint DB Zen and XEC for the team. So they said, thanks Hexy for providing a great idea. After discussions with the team and the community, the Garbage Dump team has decided to allocate 30% of the garbage recycling fee for bidding on DB Zen, including repurchasing the required burning Zen and protocol fees. So that's cool. I mean, that's I love that they take the feedback there. They listen to the community. So, bro, you passed 1K community members. It's shots o'clock, baby. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Let's go. That's what's up. So we got a couple other tweets here about Zen Garbage Dump. So this was a couple days ago. After a week of public testing, the project's running smoothly. We've been testing it too. I haven't had any issues. It's a little hard to understand the interface, but that's just my own ignorance. So we've decided to officially launch on Polygon 2 p.m. tomorrow. So 2 p.m. UTC. What is that? What is that? So that's 10 a.m. tomorrow. So I'll be at work. That'll be an after work thing. But again, it's kind of like DB Zen where there's a cycle. So you don't really need to worry about getting in right at launch. You almost want to wait until later that night when gas fees are cheap. So I'll pop the light paper. I suggest you guys take the light paper. I'm not going to cover it too extensively here. We've been talking about Zen Garbage Dump for a few minutes here, but go take the light paper, take the sections of the light paper, pop it into ChatGPT and ask it questions. But as simple as I can put it, it's DB Zen with an extra coin. So the DX Zen is the GD Zen. You want to keep that staked and you earn ETH yield. And I'm going to go ham on that. I love ETH yield. But you also have to keep your health up. Let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Maybe not. But you also have to keep your health up. So that's where you can burn the side tokens, the Zen Doge and the Phoenix. And you can restore your health score to get more stake. More from your stake, I should say. So one batch is 2 million Zen. The maximum number of batches is 10,000. And it's a daily GD Zen auction, just like DB Zen. So they're going to start out with amount of GD Zen. It's going to be smaller and smaller over time. And yeah, getting in early will be should be a nice thing. Burn to earn. The energy source of the garbage dump. So the XEC holders get rewards, the GD Zen holders get rewards when they burn it for garbage dump token. Very cool. So another thing that's popping off in the Zen ecosystem right now is Zen.game. Are you guys, any of you guys playing Zen.game? I don't think I have any ETH right now, but I was thinking about buying the Tree City West at ETH. Yeah, I got $3. That's funny. I'll be honest, I'm not too familiar with. So my understanding is you buy keys. The last key standing wins the jackpot. What I don't understand really is the burning and everything. I guess you can burn your keys. I'm not sure. I can't speak on it. But let's dive into it. Let's take a look here. So you buy keys. The last player to purchase a key before the time runs out wins the grand prize. And this is what's really cool, is the amount of Zen that's been burned. So there's over 10, is this billion? Yeah, that's wild. About 1 billion Zen burned. That's pretty cool. Or no, it is 10 billion. Yes, I guess I can't read. Zen.game players have bought and burned almost 10 billion Zen from Uniswap already. All that X1 allocation is going directly to our players. So that's really cool. So 30% goes to the jackpot, 15% goes to the burn fund, and then 5% goes to the Apex NFT holders. And that's another thing. Like this is such a deep game. They also have the Apex. So if you have an Apex NFT, you can stake it here, and then you just earn ETH. So they're actually giving, by playing this game, they're actually giving utility to Apex NFTs. You can stake them and earn yield in the game. That is so cool. So 5% goes to the Apex fund, 15% goes to the burn fund, 30% goes to the jackpot, and then 50% goes to the key holders. So I don't really understand the burning of the keys. Why would someone burn their keys? That's fun. I'm not really into I'm not really the gambling type, but I might participate just for the hell of it. I need to get some ETH though. Maybe we'll do that this weekend. It's crazy seeing this though. A 64 ETH pot. I mean, that's pretty wild. That's life-changing right there. Pay off someone's house. That's awesome. So, if we want to pivot over to XenBlocks for a little bit before we wrap it up, I've been kind of playing with something. So, last couple nights we've been talking about the sync node, what the sync node does, why it's important to run. And I kind of want to just give you guys some insight in how I use GPT with this type of stuff. So, I had released that XenBlocks Python script. I created that with ChatGPT. And it basically has an indexer script that creates a copy of the blockchain DB. And I'm not even sure that that is needed. I don't think that's required for what we're trying to do. And so I was doing some experimenting. And basically, sorry, just trying to navigate into this folder here. You can actually just query the file directly with SQLite statements or SQL statements, which is something that I did not understand until recently. So now I'm kind of thinking of redesigning the Python script to do something a bit different. And I just want to show you how I've been doing that. Clear this out. I got some work stuff in here. All right, cool. So basically, this is just an overview of how I use ChatGPT to do these type of new things. So, Crypto Bro, you might like this. So rather than having to run the indexer, we can actually query the blockchain DB directly with SQL statements. So I'm going to navigate to my ZenMiner folder, ZenMiner main, hit the dir. I can see that I have my blockchain DB. It hasn't synced since yesterday, so that's my bad. We stopped syncing it during the show and I forgot to restart it. So our data is a day old, but we can kind of query it anyway. So we're going to ask ChatGPT some questions here. We're going to keep it straightforward. How do I install SQLite via command line? In Windows via command line. So it should give me a chocolatey command. Chocolatey command is basically a thing that's built into kind of like PowerShell. It's like an add-in for PowerShell. So it says to download the precompiled binaries from the website. That's the manual way to do it. You can extract the files, you add the path. That's the long way to do it. There's actually automated ways to do it. So then once you have it installed, you can verify your version by running the SQLite. Give me the chocolatey command. And that's actually what it's called, chocolatey. So chocolatey is a package manager for Windows that can simplify the process of managing software, yada, yada, yada. So this is the command to install SQLite. It's choco install SQLite. I might get an error here because it's already installed. But that's it. So you type in choco install SQLite. Do you want to continue? Yes. So it's already installed. So we're good there. Jack joined the Telegram and threatened us with feet pics if we didn't join your stream. Hey, that's funny. That's a good timing too. I keep forgetting you guys can't see the bottom of this window. So let's zoom in here. So now that we've installed SQLite via command prompt in Windows, we can actually start querying it. So I'm just going to be straight up with ChatGPT here. I'm going to say, I have this blockchain.db file. I want to query it. How can I... What's the first step? How can I determine the schema in the tables? Move this one up for you guys too. So basically asking ChatGPT, how can I query this blockchain DB directly? So the first step is to open the database. It's the SQLite 3 blockchain.db. So we'll go ahead and copy that. When we run that, it changes the look of our command prompt. And that's because we're actually in the SQLite app now. So we're inside a SQLite that we downloaded with chocolatey, and now we can start to run some commands. So the first thing we want to do is list the tables. So what are the tables in this document? The command's simple, it's just .tables. So there's one table, it says blockchain. So inside the blockchain.db, we have blockchain tables. Now we can view the schema. We'll just type in same thing, dot schema. So within our table blockchain, we have a timestamp, we have the previous hash, we have the Merkle root, we have the records JSON, and we have the block hash. So now I can take that and I can start to ask ChatGPT to build me what's called a SQL query, which is basically a list of conditions that'll return data. It's a query. So here is the schema. I know there are records in the records underscore JSON. How can we determine the columns of records JSON? So now it's gonna give me a command to ask what are the columns within the database. So we already ran this command. We're connected to blockchain.db. This basically says select JSON, extract a hello. So it's very vague. I don't know if this is going to work. Oops. Keyboard stuttering. So we run the SQLite 3 blockchain.db. I'm not sure what that did. Okay, so this second command, querying the JSON data. If the JSON extension's enabled, oh, okay, so that's what that did. I put in the JSON and it deciphered it into hello, which is cool. So that basically just tells me that JSON's enabled. Now we can actually query the JSON records. And we can start to see the info here. It's all smashed together, so it's not pretty to look at, but you can see we have these different keys. We have a count, hash to verify. We have the date with the timestamp. So there's a lot of good information here. I'm just gonna basically copy and paste this. So ChatGPT will get an idea of the format of the data that's within there. So that worked. Here are the records underscore JSON from the blockchain.db. Can you write a query to count the total number of records? So if we count the total number of records, this should give us the total number of blocks. So we're going to count all from blockchain. No, it's not doing it right, I don't think. Oh, maybe it is. No, it's not. So it counted 62,000 records. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just confused. No, that's right. Yeah, so that's the Merkle tree. So when you're running the sync node, that's the total number that it's querying. It gets up to 62,299, which was, this is old data. This is from yesterday. So that's kind of cool. So that's the number of trees, I think. Can you create a query, to count the super blocks? I don't know if it's going to work. But this is how you learn. You can see, a couple hours ago, I had no idea how to do this. But I just wanted to try something new, and rather than formatting the database into some neatly organized database that's bigger and easier to query, I decided to see if I could do it directly with SQL statements, and it's actually working. So I saw some others in the community doing the same thing, but I never did it. That's where I got the idea from. So I'm just kind of asking it these ideas. Given the schema, there's ID, timestamp, previous hash, Merkle. So it's a record within the JSON. How can we query the columns in the JSON records? I'm not even sure if I'm asking the right questions, but so we connect to the database, we query the specific columns from the JSON records. If you want to count records based on a specific condition, you can use a where clause. So it's basically building the SQL. So you select from the table, from blockchain, where the JSON records, block ID equals specific number. So give me an example. Craig Crypto, ChatGPT is amazing. I love how it remembers old questions. It's like a friend that doesn't get annoyed. Yeah, I'm with you there. I love I have the plus version, and I love using this advanced data analysis. It seems to have a longer memory, and it does really well with code and long lists. What's up, Cashew? Welcome, welcome. Post foot pics. That's funny. Who's that? Aiden? That's augmented, right? Yeah. We got Damien in here. What's up, Crypto Bruh? Welcome, welcome. So this, I'm not sure if this, I'm gonna have to do some more research here, but you can see that this is how it kind of works. We're interacting with the SQL database with these SQL statements. You paste them in there, and they kind of do some things. Now I need to figure out how it actually works. How to actually format the SQL statements so they make sense in the context of what we're doing. Like, can I ask it how many blocks did account x1.eth mine? Can you give me SQL statement for that? I'm worried I asked this SQL statement and it's thinking really hard, so it might come back with a crazy amount of data, or it's going to be absolutely nothing. What's up, Josh? Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Okay, now put it all together. In this statement, replace account address with the actual address corresponding to x1.eth. That is the address. Let's try it. Executed it. So I'm just gonna pop x1.eth in here. Let's try that again. So this should give me the number of blocks that x1.eth has found in the database, but I don't think it works like that. I'm gonna have to do some research on how to actually run these SQL statements, but I'm getting close, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without ChatGPT. So that's kind of how I've been doing this programming stuff. You know, I have a lot of experience with scripting in the IT world, but that's completely different than developing Python and applications. I was so impressed with myself that I actually made something that did something the first time. Like, that was so cool. And it did more than just map a printer. Like, it was amazing. And it's all because of ChatGPT and just this hunger for knowledge. And that's my favorite thing about the Zen community, for sure. All you guys in the chat right now. It's so cool. So let's see, what else we got? I guess that's pretty much it. We've been going for an hour. I gotta work in the morning. I actually have my employee review tomorrow, so I need you guys to wish me luck. It'll be pretty good, though. I'm not expecting anything bad. ChatGPT is so awesome. Just before we go, let's go take a look. Just want to take a look at the Zen chart real quick one last time. That's funny. Yeah, the Matic Zen Doge chart just pumped at 20%, buying 100 million for 15 bucks. I'm excited for Zen Garbage Dump, though. That's going to be a fun project. I think people are sleeping on it because it's a different community, but it's kind of like an upgrade to DB Zen. And for it to be dropping right when this DB Zen FUD is happening with the access lists and everything, it's kind of a perfect storm for Zen Garbage Dump. It just depends on how many people are going to participate. You know, that's the big thing. I think they have the sauce. They just kind of need a better interface and people to participate. It'll be good. Learning's the best way to induce dopamine. Oh, for sure. 1000%. Especially when you do it yourself. You know, you kind of teach yourself what's going on. It's such a great feeling. Need you guys to tell me when my hair's looking crazy. Yeah, we're seeing a little dip in Zen right now. So early when we started the show, I said, hope we hold this support. We kind of fell below it, but it looks like we recovered right back above it. So this is the level I'm watching right now. We can get rid of these. But this kind of goes back. So what I hope happens, I hope we can continue to bounce on top of this and maybe do a little reversal. It's kind of a safe retest. Worst case scenario, which will probably happen, is we'll probably fall through this. We might catch a little support here, and then we'll probably fall back down. But it really depends on Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin's been nice to us the last couple days. So we'll see what happens. That ETF could change a lot of things for altcoins. Look at Pizza. That's awesome. I'm glad to see Pulse Chains pumping right now. I know everyone's getting excited for DB Zen over there with the adjusted tokenomics. I know I am. You know, I don't really care about the DB Zen FUD. I'm still participating. It should be a good time. I need to figure out how to use the access list myself. Zen GPT. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not. Why? The only thing I don't like about Zen GPT is I love using Chat GPT for code. Or what? It's ZenGPT.ai, right? Yeah. Huh. I thought I had it saved, but yeah. It's just a little slow. But yeah, this is it's just one of those under the radar utilities. If you have Zen, you can use Zen GPT. You only need a million Zen. It's basically the same interface as the Zen network. Want to be careful. Make sure you're on the right ZenGPT.ai site. And it's really meant to ask questions about Zen, but people use it for everything, that's for sure. Do you know about Zen Garbage Dump? It might not. They might not have yeah, it's not even released yet, so. Let's be rough with it. What miner should I buy for XenBlocks? I wonder if it'll give an answer. It'd be cool if it has the optimization thing. However, you can visit the Zen Crypto website to get more information or guidance on which miner to buy for XenBlocks. That's funny. I mean, it's not wrong there, I guess. All right, last thing before we go, let's check on the miner that we started yesterday. So we'll load up WSL here. Jack has a fair amount of transactions. I completely forgot. I have some of that. I haven't touched Pulse Chain other than to claim Zen in weeks. I've been kind of staying away from it. But yeah, I have some Jack over there. I completely forgot about that. Shout out to Iceman and all those guys. Very cool. So all right, so let's check on the miner we set up yesterday. So let's reattach our TMUX session. No sessions. Uh-oh. What happened? What? This reset 2 hours ago. What the hell? Those bastards. This has actually never happened to me. I check them pretty often though. But I was all excited to show you guys all the blocks we got all over the last 24 hours. Apparently my miner rebooted 2 hours ago and didn't tell me. So that kind of sucks. But it does look like it's saved everything, so I should be able to open up the Zen GPU miner folder. Man, I'm kind of salty about that. I just missed out. I just paid for 2 hours of mining time that I didn't get. So we'll run our tmux.sh. And there we go. So we got our 3090. 3090, I think it's kind of the best bang for the buck. It's between the 3090 and also what you get for the 3060 Ti. 3070s are basically doing the same as the 3060s right now, so. But 3090, I think I'm paying like 22 cents for it, so I'll just run this during the week. Apparently I'm gonna have to watch it a little closer than I thought. I was all excited. It's kind of a bummer. That's part of the game though, right? That's what you get. I do have a cool little app I use on my phone. It's called ConnectBot, and it's basically just an SSH terminal on your phone, and it allows you to save your keys too. So I can quickly log in without having to enter a password or anything, and it kind of, I don't know if you can see that. Let me. It's all green. But yeah, it just shows me my miner, you know, right on my phone. So I kind of watch that during the day just to make sure it stays up. But apparently it went down 2 hours ago. Salty. Great crypto. You trade Jack to burn Zen. Yeah. Yep. I think they have a thing that's like a Zen.game, right? Where anybody can burn. You just have to pay the gas fee and then you get credit for it. Pulse chain Jack token. Jack broken. Jack token. So yeah, when this fills up with Zen, you can actually connect your wallet here and burn it. I'm not going to connect to my wallet. I'm not 100% sure this is the right site. I'm on jack.community, but this is the Jack site. You can see so far they've burned 357 billion Zen. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you can actually come here, connect your wallet, and then burn Zen, and you get credit for burning it. So that's pretty cool. So on that note, I think we'll wrap it up. Wrap it up with this nice pump on Pulse Chain. Yesterday we said, oh, this kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern. It might fall down here. But not when there's bullish news. Not when there's things like DB Zen happening and people want their Zen. So that's exciting. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you all coming out. Thank you. Shout out to my members. Shout out to Crate Crypto. Shout out to Dr. V. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. We will be back on tomorrow. So hope you guys have a good Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be covering Zen, covering the crypto markets. And hope you guys stay Zen. Peace.